Please don't tell me it's out of focus. G'day everyone, Harry Miller from the How To Life, back here again for part 7, the final installment of the How to Survive Kapooka series. Now, over the series, a number of you have asked questions. What I've done is I've recorded every single question that's been asked. Some have been asked twice, others countless times. I've got all the general questions here. I was hoping to do this with In the Trenches with Kaz, because of course I can only answer the Choco part. Some of this is universal, but for people inquiring about full-time matters, if you're asking about full-time questions and all that sort of jazz, I highly recommend you either go to the No Duff Industries channel or In the Trenches with Kaz's channel. They're both linked down below, first links in the description. If you've got questions about full-time army and full-time Kapooka and stuff like that, highly recommend you go to those channels, because I only completed the Choco course, they've completed the ARA course, and I highly recommend if you want your questions answered fully and thoroughly, go ask Kaz. For the universal questions and the Choco part of things, I'm just going to quickly answer the questions today. I would have preferred to have done this in a live stream, but it doesn't look like that's happening. So I thought I'd just knock it out of the way for you so I can answer your questions. And remember, if you've got any further questions, ask them in the comments below. I'd be more than happy to answer. But let's get into it. The first question we have is, how often are the intakes? Now, as far as I know, the intakes are every 2 weeks. I believe it alternates between a Choco intake and a full-time intake. I'm not actually entirely sure about the answer to that question, so you'd probably be better off hitting up Defence Force Recruiting about that one. The thing about Chocos and full-timers as soon as you're enlisted you leave, and Chocos as soon as you're enlisted you get given a number of dates and you can choose from one of those dates which is best for you to go. Highly recommend you get Kapooka out of the road as quickly as you can, because if you wait too long you'll psych yourself out and that's no good for you. What's the longest you'll be running at any one time? Now, this question was asked in terms of cardio fitness. Pretty much when you go to do your PT, people asking what's the longest you'll be running at any one time. On a Choco course, it's not that long. I think the longest run we ever did was either 3 or 4 kilometers. And yeah, I'm not a good runner, but I finished the run, so if I can do it, trust me, you can too. Compression clothing, is it allowed? Now, people ask this question in terms of skins, things like thermals. You'll be given thermals, you'll be given skins, although their skins are made out of like a cotton nylon blend. They do just fine. Don't bring compression clothing because it'll be issued to you. They expect you to use that set, so use that set. Electric shavers, are they allowed? No. As far as we were told, I don't know if it's changed, because keep in mind Kapooka changes every course that goes through there. We were not allowed to have electric shavers. It had to be done with a razor. Just any kind of, generic 3-blade, 2-blade, 5-blade razor. Just take that with you, you'll be fine, you won't get hassled. Those of you worried about getting rashes when you shave, I'm pretty sure if you asked about it, you'd be able to get a chit to exempt you, be able to use an electric razor, but you'd have to ask. I do not know the answer. But as far as for electric shavers for just anyone in general, no. If you don't get a rash from shaving, don't even worry about it, just take a normal razor. Best brand of iron. I know this was a question, a few people actually asked this question. Just an iron that works. Like if it's going to be a $20 iron from China that you ordered off of eBay, it's probably not going to work as well as, going down to Harvey Norman's and buying a $30 iron. I bought a brand new iron before it went down, but I'm still using that one now. The Digger James platoon, what is it? Okay, so this is a full-timers question. Chocos, if you injure yourself and you cannot continue with the course, if you can't continue after 5 days, I'm pretty sure they send you back to your unit and then you'll just come on the course at a later date. Digger James is for full-time recruits who injure themselves. They go and stay at Digger James. It's called back squatting. If you injure yourself or you get sick or something, you stay in Digger James platoon if it's longer than 5 days. I think 5 days at a time, don't quote me on that. But basically what happens is you'll get back squatted into another platoon and you'll continue training with that platoon. You don't want to get sick, you don't want to get injured. Digger James platoon is a holding platoon for people who get sick, for people who are behind on training, for people who fail too many tests. It's mostly just for full-timers, because once you're there, they try to keep you there until you pass the training. As for Chocos, if you fail your test, too many tests, they'll just send you back and you'll have to explain to your CO why you failed those tests. What if I forget my hallway number? Trust me, you will not forget your hallway number. You will learn it from day one and you will still remember it 30 years down the track. You're never going to forget your hallway number. How to adjust chin straps. How to adjust chin straps, that'll get explained to you. They're not just going to hand you a hat with a chin strap and say, put this together. They're not expecting you to know how to do that. If you do know how to do that, you've done cadets, by all means help other people with it. but do not mention you learnt in cadets, because then they'll make you do a demonstration in front of everyone and you'll probably stuff it up. You'll be taught how to adjust chin straps. It's not something you need to know before you go down there, so don't stress about it. I want to go, but I don't think I'm tough enough. What do I do? Okay, so I'll give you a little personal anecdote here. Before I went to Kapooka, excuse my language here, I was shitting myself. I was absolutely scared to go to Kapooka. I still remember the 3 weeks leading up to before I left. I was terrified. I could not sleep at night because I was worried that I was going to fail. I was thinking, I'm not tough enough to do this. So I got through Kapooka just fine. You'll get through Kapooka just fine. There are some hard nights, but you do not need to be tough to do it. Kapooka makes you tough. It's not designed for only people who are tough, okay? Kapooka makes you tough. Don't worry about not being tough enough. If you really want to do the army, you'll get through Kapooka. Do the instructors yell a lot? The instructors are going to yell an awful lot. As far as I know now, I'm pretty sure the instructors aren't allowed to swear, but don't think they're not going to swear, because they probably are. They're probably going to yell at you. If you do something wrong, you're going to know about it. If you do something right, you're not going to know about it. But if you're doing something the way it's meant to be done and you're not doing it better or worse than it's meant to be, you're still going to be yelled at, and you get used to it. You get used to being yelled at, and then when you come back, no one yells anymore, and it's kind of crazy like that, because Kapooka's full on, then you come back and it's chill. So, but don't take my word for that, because some places are not chill. I'm nervous, I'll fuck up. Hell, don't be nervous about fucking up. Everyone who's ever been to Kapooka has fucked up. People who say they have not fucked up are people who are either lying or they've prepared for it since they were 10 years old, okay? So everyone fucks up at Kapooka in some shape or form. It's going to happen. Just when it does happen, embrace it, embrace the ass pineapple that follows after it, and just get on with it. Make sure you don't make the same mistake again. If you fuck up, you fuck up. It's as simple as that. Own your mistakes. Singleton, basic rundown. Okay, so I cannot give you a rundown on Singleton. I've got a few questions in here that I was hoping to discuss with Kaz, but go to Kaz's channel. He's had 20 years in the infantry. He knows all about Singleton. I'm pretty sure No Duff Industries is also infantry, so check out their channels, ask them questions about Singleton. They'll give you the complete rundown. How old is too old? Oldest person from your course. The oldest person we had on our course was a male, but he was 52, I believe. He'd done all these other jobs his entire life. He was a scientist, and he decided that he wanted to give something back because Australia had given him so much. He went through Kapooka. It's not unheard of. There's 50-year-olds going through Kapooka all the time. Too old would be in the range of 55. I think 55 is the actual cutoff age for Kapooka. Don't worry about being too old for it, because trust me, you'll keep up with some of the young blokes there. There's a few young blokes who, I was outpaced many times by a 50-year-old, and I'm not ashamed to admit that, but I'm also not proud to admit that. I was outpaced by a 50-year-old on the run, so it happens. Will reserves work with my current job? Okay, so I'll direct you to the Fair Work Ombudsman. That's another link that's in the description. Hit that up, check. All jobs should allow you to do reserves. They're meant to, by law, allow you to do reserves. They're not allowed to fire you because you joined the reserves. They're not allowed to cut back your hours because you joined the reserves. The reason we're called koala bears is because we're soft, cuddly, and protected. We're protected by the government, essentially. If anyone treats you any differently in your workplace because of reserves, technically you're allowed to put in a complaint against that, and they basically tell them to stop. It's meant to work with your current job, but it's up to you to see if the hours are going to match up, because there's no good going to Kapooka and coming back if you can only do 2 hours of work a week in a full-time job. There's no use in doing that. So it's really up to you to find that out, but remember, you can't be treated differently because you're a reservist. You can't. Is there an option to quit if it's too hard? So if you're at Kapooka and you find 3 weeks through that you've lost interest in joining the army, or you hate Kapooka, keep in mind everyone goes through that in the head. Some people don't, but most people go through that in the head. They go through, I really made a bad decision, I fucked up, I don't want to join the army anymore. Have a chat with your mates in your room, your roommates, have a chat with your buddy, have a chat about whether you want to do the reserves or not. If after talking with them, if they can't convince you to stay and you still want to quit, you know you want to quit, you know that's what you want to do, I'm pretty sure they actually do have a process for making sure you want to quit before you actually quit, but people will try and talk you out of it. So before actually going and formally saying you want to leave Kapooka, make sure it's what you actually want to do. How heavy are the weapons? Okay, so an Ozstire, I'm trying to remember the stuff I learned here. An Ozstire is 6 kilograms fully loaded, I think, and a Mini-My is 10 kilograms fully loaded. The weapons aren't heavy. Ozstires are easier to hold because the weight's all evenly balanced. They're a great weapon, but Mini-My's, they're all the weights at the front, so if you're trying to stand up and hold it like that, it's a bit more difficult. But don't worry about the weapons being heavy, because you'll be doing plenty of training with them. You'll learn how heavy they are pretty quickly, but yeah, they're not that bad. Do I have to shoot right-handed? No, you do not. You will be berated for being left-handed. I myself am a khaki hander, but there are options to learn to shoot right-handed because a great majority of the weapons in the Defence Force are right-handed, and if you have a personal rifle license, you'll know that a lot of the rifles that we can buy are only right-handed, and you usually have to pay extra for left-handed weapons, so it would be handy to learn right-handed weaponry because most of the weapons on Earth are right-handed, but no, you don't have to shoot right-handed. You can shoot left-handed. IETs as hard as basic? That's the final question, and on top of that, if you're a full-timer, I cannot answer that question. Again, go to In the Trenches with Kaz or No Duff Industries, but for chocos, your IETs, you'll basically come back up, they'll tell you this is what you got to do to be fully qualified, and we'll send you on the next course that we can. Keep in mind there are a lot of people also waiting to be sent on those courses, so you might not get on the first course. It doesn't reflect on you as a soldier. It doesn't mean you're a shitty soldier and they don't want to train you. It just means there are too many people on a priority list waiting for that course for you to be put on. But IETs, as far as chocos go, it's a couple week blocks every now and then, probably 2 every year if you're lucky. And basically all they do is they take you down, they take you through 2, 3, 4 weeks of training, and then they send you back, and then you wait for your next block, or if that's it, you're fully qualified. But that's all for the frequently asked questions I've got about Kapooka. Thank you very much for everyone who's followed this series. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for all your tips. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all your questions. This has actually been a great series to make. I mean, it's been great for the channel. It's been bringing a lot of viewers. Hello to those of you who are new viewers, but at the same time, it's also been great getting people to jump back on the channel and saying this helped me through Kapooka, or when I said this at Kapooka, people automatically knew it was from this video. So I can't really express how great that feels to know that I've actually, not me personally, but with the help of many comments and many tips coming in from other people, and me simply delivering it, has helped people get through Kapooka, because it is a hard course. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie and say it's the easiest thing you've ever done, but I'm also not going to lie and say it's the hardest thing you've ever done. But having that extra bit of support beforehand and afterwards, which I've seen in the comments so many times, it's always good to be able to come back, share stories with someone, or even make friends at Kapooka. I've seen people who've said, oh, I'll see you at Kapooka, look for this guy, and then they actually met each other and then they became friends. It's pretty awesome stuff, and when you go to Kapooka, I genuinely am not bullshitting you. I do hope you enjoy your time there, because remember, those mates that you make there will be mates for life. It won't matter if you see them 20, 30, 40 years down the track. If you recognize them, you say them by name, they'll be like, hey, it's you from Kapooka. And you'll be like, sure is. It's pretty awesome stuff. When you go to Kapooka, enjoy it. Kapooka's not easy to survive, but it's also not hard to survive. It's a bit in the middle. You'll have your shit days, you'll have your good days, but that's as far as that goes. And this is the end of the series. So thank you again for all your support. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all your tips. We've really created a great community here on YouTube, and that's good to see. It's also good to be able to see that I've sent some people over to In the Trenches with Kaz, and some of his people have come to me, and now they're going to No Duff, which is awesome. In the Trenches with Kaz, No Duff Industries, perfect tips on survival in the Australian military. But I'll see you all in the next video. That's it for the How To Survive Kapooka series. We're just going to be moving on to how-to videos now, which I'm really looking forward to, but I'm also kind of sad because we're saying goodbye to the series. But again, thirdly, thank you for all your support. It's been great. I've enjoyed making this series, and I hope you have a good time at Kapooka. Good luck and good soldiering. My name's been Harry Miller from the How To Life, and I'll see you all in the next video. Catch you later.